Hello, class, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Justin Serrano, and we're here for a case study discussion where I am a 30-year loyal employee to my department and the organization. I'm an administrative assistant, and I am deep rooted here. I have purpose and I have value. I have come to feel comforted in my consistency and my routine within my role. We've built a pretty um, self-sufficient, autonomous process that is slightly different from the organization, but it's really gave us an edge. I feel like this merger is going to challenge everything that I built here and even challenging my identity at work. So, things that I must acknowledge for myself, especially within the change, I find that right now I'll be at stage one where I feel like I'm losing something, but knowing that whatever does happen, that my abilities and skills and knowledge in my role is translatable. I know that can lead to the second stage of doubt, where once I get past the fear of loss, that now I am doubtful of whether what's going to happen. I'm not having uncertainty, but if I seek accurate information, then that will help me at least not doubt so much of what's going to happen, but have more information to know what is going to happen. And discomfort, even though change is hard and it is uncomfortable, I know that if I focus on motivation, I can learn the new steps and I can do the role that I've done over the past 30 years. I've adapted with the other challenges. I know that I can get past that part. And in discovery, learning about what's actually going to be coming, it gives me a little bit more confidence and a drive to make the steps, take the steps that are necessary to fit in. And then understanding that things are going to be not the same. Like old habit or old expectations might be gone, and new ones might appear. But that's just a part of the change process. And then once I get to the end of it all, having integration, I'll be able to help others. So here, Connor's 8 steps. I know that there's a sense of urgency. The clock is ticking for the 6 months, and now we have to get the team moving. I know creating a guided coalition, working with people to make the change process happen for us. I know developing a change vision and strategy is very important. Leaning into what's coming, but also keeping what was, as long as that works together. Communicating the change vision, knowing that this is going to be a real thing and it's and that we can do it is going to be important. Empowering employees from the board, broad-based action, just giving everybody permission to adapt. Things are going to change. You don't have to be stuck, and you can move forward with the team. Generating short-term wins, even small wins build positive momentum, and that leads into consolidating gains and processing more change. All that little momentum is gonna create more progress, and then anchoring new approaches in the culture. This is just where we find ourselves having everything work out for us. Challenges and fear. I must be honest, face honestly. I know that my job is not secure, and things can take a different direction for me, but I still have to see it through. I know that there's a culture clash. I have had the ability to perform autonomously and be self-sufficient, and that might change. So I have to identify that. Disrupting a high-performance system. We have been known as the cash cow, and now that we have a merging department, things might change. The culture might change. So here we have Lewin's models. We know that the unfreeze is very kind of abrupt. Like it needs to be shaken up and get everything that needs to happen to make the change happen. Then we have the actual change itself. This is where things are chaotic and there's a big eruption of what needs to happen, and then things need to settle. But in this case, if the 6 months comes and um, things don't settle, then it might cause premature freezing. And then how is difference? Cotter build momentum gradually through wins and coalition building, while Lewin's demands disruption first, and then one of my 30 years of integrating habits, Lewin's approach would require a far more intense personal reckoning. And then Cotter is a stronger fit for me. I know that these 8 stages will really help drive more of my ability to adapt to change. And here are our references. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys are doing well.